Well, not how I wanted to start my 2025. I was just laid off.
Into 2025, and I got laid off today.
I just got laid off about an hour ago.
Hey guys, it's Blahzaye and we're back at it again with another video. Unfortunately, it's mass layoffs. You know, the times are getting hard. Everybody's coming through rough times. Trump's coming down with all these policies, all these executive orders, and it's just getting kind of ridiculous out there, especially with the DEI policies coming down and then companies sometimes fighting back like Costco. And a lot of the companies that are just like, yeah, okay, well, we're cutting all these people, mass layoffs. We're becoming a more lean company. And I just want to see some people's personal stories. So let's just go ahead and get into it.
Well, not how I wanted to start my 2025. I was just laid off. This is actually the first time I've ever been laid off, so I don't really know what to even do or how to process anything. I just dropped off my laptop. It sucks the most because I seriously was only at this company for 2 months. I literally got this job in October and loved every single second of it. Unfortunately, the company was acquired and a lot of us were let go. Nothing you can do about it, but
yeah, it sucks.
It definitely sucks. I have no idea what I want to do. I don't know if I want to even keep working for a company or what. I got my real estate license back in early October. I'm like, maybe I should just pursue that. But I also really liked the idea of having like a stable income with a job. I'm also getting married this year and have lots of expenses. So yeah, I still know it's going to be a great year. Like, I'm truly trying to be positive. I know everything happens for a reason, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, guys, she said she had a company changeover. That's hard because sometimes maybe you can negotiate if that spot's open in the next company. But if they're trying to get lean and you didn't fit the criteria for that assumption, that role, then you're just going to get laid off. That's a hard spot to be in. Sometimes that can work out good. I was in a company as well that, granted, it was like a military contracting company, but we got bought out and we got to negotiate higher salaries at that point because that's just what happens when you actually have special experience that it's really, really hard to find. That's why getting in there, getting your education up, getting in those niches that are hard to replace, making sure your career feels like protected against AI and stuff. That's definitely critical, especially in these coming times. I don't even know if like video editing or being a content creator, everybody's coming up with these AI profiles. So even that's going to probably fall by the wayside. So definitely making sure that your job is secure so you don't get hit with these layoffs. Let's see what, her video is 10 minutes long. So we'll probably skip this one.
So here we are, day 9 into 2025, and I got laid off today. So getting laid off was obviously not in my cards for 2025 or any time in the near future. I've been with my company for almost 6 years. It would have been 6 years in March. So to say that I'm heartbroken is such an understatement. I have 3 kids.
Damn.
I don't know what the future looks like for us. I've never been laid off before, so this is really, really hard for me. I'm not a crier. But I've always left a job on my own terms, and I actually left my last job to start up, like get the company that I worked with recently, like off the ground and running. They were already like pretty established, but we were really, really, really small when we started. And, you know, just over the years we grew and, you know, they became really successful. So I'm happy for their success, but I'm just at a loss for words. Like, I just don't know where to go from here. I don't know how to like cope with like the grief. I have to drop my laptop off by Monday. And I'm just trusting God that, you know, He's going to see my husband and I through this. And I know He's faithful to provide. And I know another opportunity is going to come. it's just really hard for me. And yeah, I don't know. Just pray for us.
Yeah, guys, let's check out their comments. This is as when one door closes, many more opportunities will come. That's true. I would definitely say have your faith and then pray, but then also be sending out those resumes every day. 10, 20, as many as you can, every single day, updating that LinkedIn profile. Says, hi, love. I was laid off from my job 3 years ago, was with the company for about 6 years and left the exact same way. Take your time to grieve, to recenter yourself and do whatever you need to do. I was so discouraged after and kept getting rejected on every job application. I was so miserable and it took a toll on my mental health. A few months later, I was blessed with a new job, less stress and better environment. Luckily, she says she's married, so having that partnership, you're able to lean on your partner during that troubled time. And she has the 3 kids, so maybe she can assume that housewife role just for a little bit. Family dependent, obviously. This one says, I feel you 100%. I was unexpectedly laid off Monday after 17 years with my company. Those are insane because you know everybody in that company, no matter like how big that company is. 17 years is a long time. My God. Then the fires the next day and then had to evacuate my home. Okay, so this is a California one for sure. I too am struggling, but we'll get through it. Yeah, when those natural disasters happen, especially if your company's not nationwide, it's hard to get everything back. And so feel for those people. You got to pray for those people as well. It's crazy out there.
2025, I'm going to need a refund because this year sucks already. I just got laid off for basically the second time back to back. If you didn't know, I worked at Twitter and I got laid off when Elon Musk acquired the company. Since then, I've been working at a content strategy agency type place as a director of strategy, and I just got laid off yesterday. It's surreal because I definitely didn't want to go through another layoff. Being laid off the first time was one of the most traumatic events that have ever happened to me, especially because it happened so publicly. This time was obviously a little bit different, but the company lost some clients and now here I am without a job. It's hard not to reevaluate my life choices at this point. I work in tech, and so I'm wondering if that's still what I should be doing. It's hard to feel like secure in a job anymore. It feels like those days are over. So I don't know if I should be in tech anymore or working this corporate life. I love the security of having a stable job, but that hasn't been the case for quite some time for me because it's just been so unstable in the industry. So I'm considering other options, obviously. I had a wild idea. I think somebody on TikTok said, hey, become an ultrasound tech. That takes like 2 years of schooling and then you're in. And I was like, sounds good to me. But again, I also really enjoyed my job doing marketing, strategy, working in the digital space, working with tech. It is fast paced and it's very exciting. So I honestly don't know what to do. If you have any advice for me, I would love to friggin' hear it because I'm swirling. This all happened yesterday. So I've been like waffling between panic applying to places and just rotting on the couch. Would love something more constructive to do with my time. But if you have any advice, any tips, any job leads or connections, please let me know. I'm in the Bay Area, remote work, anything. I want to be busy. I'm somebody who likes to do things. So this is my plea to you, TikTok. Thank you so much.
I think tech these times are a really dangerous place to be if you're just like solely tech, just because of the way AI is developing and, development times always double with the technology. So it's very dangerous. It's like, you don't know what could be next. And especially if something gets a role like coding or something, we're already going up to the middle level coders is what Zuckerberg was saying. So it's only going to be so far as we're going to see. We already see the designers and stuff. I think the only thing AI is not really hitting on is taste. It doesn't really have that great of taste, but I guess that could be on the prompt engineer as well. So it's definitely crazy out there. Let's see what these comments are saying. This guy, I think, is kind of being like kind of a smart ass. He's like, I wonder why you got laid off. How strange. Can't be you, right? And obviously, companies are greedy and lay people off to make profits look larger or save money. They happen frequently and to amazing workers. This guy's like, I agree. They get rid of regular workers and keep the top producers. Yeah, you keep it lean. Yeah, as he said, just trimming the fat. This guy's like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Tech is not like running a small business. We don't even do that anymore. Top performers, we cut to afford more affordable workers that we can abuse and they don't complain. Is that what the H-1B visas are now that are coming in? That makes sense. That's why Elon and Vivek have a hard on for those H-1Bs. You're such a great speaker. At least you are young. The older folks are in bigger trouble. Yeah, because ageism and another problem, which is like a discrimination thing. But since Trump is getting rid of all those regulations, it's definitely going to be a bigger issue. Let's go to the next one.
Hey everybody, I'm Great Owl. I'm gardening right now. It's time for me to be outside. But I just got a message that I wanted to extend to the collective. So, my spirit guides told me exactly, Monica, there's going to be massive layoffs. And that's how you're going to know how things are going to get bad in 2025. There's going to be massive layoffs, and these massive layoffs, from what I was shown in visions, is going to affect the whole U.S. Our economy will bend, and that's the word they described it, bend, not break, but almost, but change it. And I keep on hearing exchange. I don't know if that's like Wall Street talk or brokerage talk, but it feels like it. But changing Wall Street, maybe that's what.
Yeah, so it sounds like this lady's kind of just guessing. She's getting visions or something. I mean, you don't really need visions at this point in time. You can already see the layoffs happening. You can already see the new administration with the executive orders coming down the pipeline. You can already see the wave of sentiment passing through the business community. If you just turn on CNBC, you can see how the CEOs are talking, how they're trying to stay lean, how the Federal Reserve is doing, what moves they're kind of make. You can see it all happening in real time. You can see these companies preparing for the tariffs that are about to smack everybody in the face. But hopefully it might be a win-win, not a win-win, but it might be a balanced exchange, as she says. If Trump gets rid of the income tax and replaces it with tariffs, that's something that we definitely have to see when we get into we dive into those numbers.
Let me go to the beginning. I went through death. I went through breakup. I went through moving. I went through pain. I went through fear. I went through neglect. I went through confusion. Everybody's confused. I was very confused.
She got laid off the same day Trump signed a series of executive orders to eliminate the enforcement of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now that's an interesting one. Let's see the comments. It says, talk to an attorney. You can still file a lawsuit against him. See an employment law attorney right away. Stay up. You are invincible. It's hard to prove, though. Obviously, there's coincidence, but they can, if she's in an at-will, she could just be at-willed anyways. And so they don't need a reason exactly. They could just say you weren't a fit for the company or whatever. But it just so happens that it was right when Trump signed these executive orders, of course. And then everybody's just saying, I think the employment attorney is good, but hopefully you don't have to spend money if you're already in a bad spot. You just got laid off, right? So you don't want to spend extra money on an attorney. And then the attorney is like, there's not really much we can do unless we exactly know the reasons you got fired. So then you ask for those reasons. If you know, throw a comment down below so we can all learn here.
I was just okay, so I wouldn't wish unemployment on my worst enemy. I was just talking to one of our members in Rise, and they were telling me that last year in 2024, they did 80 interviews. 80. Now, what I did right away is I went to my little calculator app and I did 365 divided by 80. That is one interview every, call it 4.5 days. Now, take out weekends and take out the holidays. It's probably an interview every 3.5 days, 3.8 days. I don't know. I didn't do that second math that I'm talking through now. My bad. But that's wild. And they still don't have a job. And I was like, how are you hanging in there? They're like, and like make jokes like me because we self-deprecating humor. We love it. They were saying that this week they have 5 interviews. So this person, extremely capable, smart, awesome, is doing the thing to get the interviews. So much so that last year they had 80 and they have 5 right now. And we're early January. So I think they're doing a great job. What's happening? They're not getting any feedback from any of the people they're interviewing with because the people can't give feedback because it's like, well, we don't want to get in trouble or whatever their excuse is. But this person's just getting up there, up at bat every single time, couple of strikes, couple of balls, and then it's like the pitcher throws the ball and the ball disappears in the air. What happens? I feel for people that are really putting themselves out there every single time, doing all of these things, showing up, and still not getting anywhere. I don't even know what advice to give somebody like that. I don't even know what to say, except just listen and like empathize with them. What would you tell them to do?
Her company was having people go into the interview, say that they're doing interviews, and then they're not hiring people. I've seen that technique a little bit. It's like called ghost hiring or something. I think I don't know why they do it. I might have to look that up. Put it down in the comments below if you know why companies do the ghost hiring stuff and you're just wasting people's time. Like companies will have job postings on LinkedIn or USA Jobs or something like that, and then like still not like interview at all. I don't know. It's crazy out there.
I just got laid off about an hour ago. I cried for a while, and I think the hardest part about it is I loved my job. I cared so much, but like knowing that you put your full effort towards something and then feeling like they decided it wasn't enough or it wasn't worth enough. Like right now, I feel just very like, not even undervalued because I clearly am not valued, but like that all of my effort wasn't good enough or it wasn't important or it wasn't relevant. I got laid off today and it's just, I don't know. And LA is burning and their fires are everywhere and I got laid off and I don't have a job. So like in perspective, it's not that big of a deal. There's other jobs, but it goes so much deeper than not having a job. So yeah, I don't know. I'm jobless.
As the lady said before, you lose something when you, especially she said that she spent 6 years doing a job that she actually liked. And a lot of people, just to find something to do that you actually like doing is hard in itself. You're not just going there just trying to survive. But she had a job that she actually liked doing, worked there for 6 years, and then gets let go, in these times. And she's a woman, so they'll probably say it's like a DEI hire, which is a bunch of nonsense. Let's get to the comments. It says, getting laid off by a company completely changes your view of work forever. Look out for yourself first. There will always be another job. The sun will shine again. But yeah, as I was saying before, it ties a lot to your identity, the job, and it gives yourself some substance, is what some people might say. I know I do it myself. I tie a lot of what I do to, like, you're not supposed to do it because it's not just your job doesn't tie into like your direct self-worth, but it is value. So it's kind of hard to separate those. Put it down in the comments what you think between like self-worth and then the value that you actually create. And the value you create is obviously from your job. So if you tie those together, I don't know. This one says, number one rule of corporate, don't take it personally, never get emotionally invested. In a corporate world, nobody is ever enough. You do the work of 3 people, it's not enough. You are enough. Sound like they did you a favor, invest in you, and the rest will fall into place. Let's go to the next one.
Tomorrow's my 41st birthday. And I should be, I don't know about celebrating, but I shouldn't be this sad. But yesterday, my job was eliminated. Sure, it's just a job, and I know that I'll find something else, but this job allowed me to take FMLA to take care of my mom because my dad just died. It's just a lot. It's a lot to think about that I'm going to be losing this benefit, along with pay and my amazing team who have supported me through this last horrendous year. And being a remote healthcare worker, that job is not easy to find. Yeah. And with kids, this job has been such an amazing blessing. And if I have to go back into the field, it's going to change my life drastically because I don't have anybody to help care for my kids anymore because my dad's dead. And my mom is non-functional as a human being. So, I don't feel like celebrating. Anyway, if you're struggling, I am too. That's all.
A lot of feelings going her way. That's hard. And to have like no support system. Let's go to the comments. She said, I'm so sorry you're struggling alone. Sending you love and strength. I'm so sorry for your loss of your dad. Yeah, that's on top of losing your job, you'll lose your dad. And that's another big thing that I haven't addressed in this video is the loss of the health care, which in America is tied to your job. And that's going to hit people. And then with all these changes in the system that are coming down, it's just going to hit people a lot harder. Fortunately, she's in healthcare. So there's definitely opportunity in that. And that's not a field that AI is going to come in and dominate. There's always need for healthcare. I'm a little bit tied to the healthcare community, have family members that are also in healthcare in all sectors. So I know it's definitely in all areas, you can pretty much move that around. This one said, I hate this so much. You deserve all the good things. I hate that things are so hard. I'm sending you so much love. Put down in the comments what you guys think. That was a hard one. A lot of stuff just hitting you at once, but she's holding strong.
I cleaned my desk out today at work because I think I'm getting laid off. Now I'm going to take everything in the house while the kids are asleep and hide it because I don't want them to know that I got laid off. Like, this is my first job since I left my toxic marriage. And this is our first time being out of poverty because when I was going through my divorce, I had to get on food stamps. I had to get on Medi-Cal. I was on assisted daycare. We were broke, like living in poverty. Like, I only started making money because I started creating content on TikTok. Now TikTok's getting away and it's gonna be banned. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but God has a plan, right? So I guess we'll know what's the next step tomorrow. I got an email today from my boss's boss that we have to have a mandatory meeting tomorrow at work. I am so nervous, like I don't even know what to do with myself. And the reason that I think we're getting laid off is because she's flying in from another state. Oh, I know. And the HR director was CC'd on the email. This was not on my bingo card in 2025. So I guess I'm gonna be a full-time content creator on Flip. That's the only thing I can do while I apply for unemployment and apply for new jobs. So there's really no such thing as job security anymore, right? So I went to college for 6 years to get all these degrees and I can't even keep a job. This is the first job I got after I left my toxic marriage and I was a stay-at-home mom for 4 years. I was on government assistance when I left and got a divorce. And I'm finally financially stable. And just like that, my job about to be gone. So what do I do first? Like, do I apply for unemployment? Do I get on Indeed and apply for jobs? Should I apply for government assistance? Try to get food stamps and health care insurance for me and the kids? I can't even think. I don't even know what I should do first. Pray first. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, let's go to the comments on that one. Said pray first. Yeah, that's what they said. Check schools, hospitals, airports. You got this. Oh, in terms of work, what was her degree? She never said what her degree was in. Fortunately, she has a degree. That definitely gives her a leg up. This one says update your resume immediately. That's great advice. Update that resume immediately. Start sending it out. She was right. She already knows what to do. Put it up on Indeed. Yes, do all of that. Unemployment first, especially if you're getting laid off. Unemployment first, then benefits. Let your social network know you're looking for work. Just like how that other lady was like, hey guys, like I'm on TikTok, whatever you guys need. You know, I'm a social media manager. I can help out. She's already in her layoff video. She was trying to find work. She's grinding.
Well, I got fired from my job today. Yup. And let me just say, it wasn't because I stole anything. It's not, I didn't say anything out the way to anybody. I didn't harm anybody or none of that. But 2025 is just, it's just a wild card. I don't know what is going on. And then they're talking about letting go of TikTok. What am I don't, girl, listen, just take this whole, let's just start over again, because it's just, oh my God. But these companies will literally use every drop of labor they can from you until they say, okay, you know, we're done with you. You can go on about your business. Like, not even caring that, you know, you got kids, you got bills, insurance, none of that. I do believe in a higher power, and I do believe that things are going to work out for me. To be honest with y'all, I really don't care about working on 9 to 5. That's never been my desire. So I don't know, y'all. Pray.
A lot of people say they don't want to work a 9 to 5, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. That's what the majority of people have, and it does great for them. Obviously, a lot of people can't do entrepreneurial type stuff. It's just hard. You're going to be putting in more hours than a 9 to 5 anyways in total. So a lot of people just can't do that. But hey, if you got the grind in you, you're ready. You already got fired. Maybe that was your sign that you got laid off. Now it's time to go full time. You want to be a content creator or whatever. Get the grind started. Let's go.
Did you know that 7 out of 10 corporate workers are preparing for layoffs right now? Let that sink in. 70%. And honestly, they have every reason to. Let me break it down for you. We are in the middle of a layoff tsunami. Big companies like tech giants, finance firms, and even retail powerhouses are all quietly trimming their workforces. They're not just laying off thousands of employees. They're restructuring, freezing hiring, and silently planning for efficiency. Most layoffs aren't even announced until the last minute. Companies are trying to avoid public backlash, so they're doing things like rolling out quiet layoffs, cutting perks, forcing return to office mandates, or making workloads so unbearable that people quit on their own. And why is this happening? It's all about the bottom line. Companies are trying to stay profitable in uncertain markets. And guess who's caught in the middle? The employees. Start preparing now. Update your resume. Build your personal brand like I always tell you on here. Get a portfolio, and more importantly, grow your network. What do you think? Have you been impacted by any of these corporate layoffs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your stories, and follow me for more tips to stay ahead in
Yeah, so let's go to the comments. This one says, I've been preparing for a layoff since I was hired. That's a good mind state to have. I'm not in corporate, but a large company I worked had 2 big layoffs and 1 small layoff this year. I was about 4 months in when the biggest layoff happened. Although my role would not be affected, I still started looking for a new role at other organizations. Took my team by surprise when I announced I was leaving. That's good too. Like if you can start finding better salaries while you're in that current role, you know, kind of like multitasking it a little bit just to prepare for yourself. You're taking care of your first priority is your family and your needs. The company's first priority, as she said, was the bottom line. This comment says, layoffs often boost stock prices by cutting costs, satisfying shareholders, and signaling efficiency, even when companies are profitable. Workers lose jobs while executives gain bonuses. So tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe, trying to grow the channel. This video's gotten kind of long. There's been a lot of stuff we talked about. See, we went through everybody, a lot of people layoffs. A lot of layoffs are definitely happening in 2025. And this lady kind of pretty much laid out exactly what the hell the company's plans are doing, especially the companies in an uncertain market. Nobody knows what Trump's doing. It's getting crazy over here. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.